His Excellency, the Prime Minister, ably represented here by someone who has himself been the Minister of Agriculture of this great country, His Excellency, the Minister of Agriculture of Ivory Coast, who is also the President of CICC, the DG of Cotton and Cashew Council, Ivory Coast, the President of ICAS here, my very good friend, Boubacar, our distinguished ambassadors here present, our development partners, very special indeed, our bankers, and all our esteemed actors in the cashew industry. Ladies and gentlemen, and gentlemen of the press, I'm pleased to welcome you all on behalf of the Board of Directors and Management of African Cashew Alliance to this effort-making 17th edition of our annual Cashew Conference and Expo. Our gathering here today in this very beautiful city of Sali, from far and near, and from different cashew producing, processing, and trading companies all over the world. It's a great joy to me. The ACA Annual Cashew Conference, I'm convinced, and will always insist, is not just a gathering of people for vacation and sightseeing. It is not a gathering of businessmen and women to relieve boredom and stress, but rather a gathering of cashew industry players from across the world for serious business. The ACA conference is a gathering of major stakeholders of the cashew industry to reflect, learn, build, and renew partnerships, and most importantly, re-strategize for the future of our individual businesses and organizations, the sector in respective countries, and the global industry as a whole. I'm proud as the president of the ACA that as an international industry alliance, we have consistently provided this great and unparalleled platform that facilitates the gathering of the cashew world to discuss pertinent industry issues towards achieving the ACA's and indeed our collective goal of creating a sustainable African cashew industry that delivers globally competitive, value-added products and secures profitability for all actors. The uniqueness of the ACA Annual Cashew Conference as a growth accelerating platform of the African cashew industry is evident in three aspects. First, the global yet localized nature of the conference. The conference is not just a gathering of foreign industry players. We observe an increasing local interest and participation in the conference. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to congratulate all 9 previous hosts of the ACA conference over the last 17 editions and the role their respective governments, interprofessions, and other relevant institutions played to drive local participation. Senegal indeed has been special. Through the support of the Senegalese government, the ICAS, and the local advisory committee, over 150 local industry players will be participating in this year's conference. I think we should give a big hand for that. Thank you. We thank particularly the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Equipment, the Ministry of Industry Development and SMIs, Ministry of Environment, Sustainable Development and Ecological Transition, the Ministry of Trade, Consumer Affairs and SMEs, and the Foreign Affairs Ministry for their important role, support and cooperation in organizing this year's conference. Indeed, what this tells us is that while we focus on attracting foreign investment into African cashew industry, we as local individuals, organizations, and institutions must be interested in the development agenda of our local industry. Sustainability is unachievable without the participation of the local people. The second evidence is in the themes and the programs of our conferences. At the ACA conference, we learn, reflect, share experiences, and strategize. To enable us to do all of this, the ACA conference has always been around a unique conference theme that reflects the mood of the industry and is always selected in consultation with major industry participants, stakeholders, and partners. The last 4 editions focus on the sustainability of the African industry. After 4 years of intense discussions and efforts to assure sustainable growth, we believe the time is right for all of us as industry stakeholders to sit back and reflect on the progress we have made so far in our sustainability agenda, identify the challenges we have faced, and re-strategize for the future. The 17th annual AC Annual Cashew Conference and Expo is therefore on the theme, building a sustainable cashew industry in Africa, assessing the journey so far and looking forward. We have put together several activities to help us learn together, share experiences, and plan for the future. This includes the various plenary sessions and meetings, and of course, we have the exhibition, and there are various cashew products, services providers who I'm sure you'll be interested in. Make our time to please visit these booths and interact with the various service providers. Ladies and gentlemen, the third evidence of the uniqueness of ACA conference is rooted in the wonderful experiences that we create and share, and the partnerships we build and renew whenever we gather. This includes business-to-business meetings facilitated by ACA. Please take advantage of your presence here to make new friends, build and renew business-oriented partnerships. There will also be a field trip to tour the beautiful city of Dakar and to visit a research station on Thursday. Your Excellency, the Prime Minister, permit me at this time to recognize and appreciate our partners and sponsors for this year's conference. We appreciate, first of all, the support of your government, especially the Ministry of Agriculture, who are the host institution. We also appreciate the Consultative International Cashew Council. Thank you very much, sir, Mr. President. Thank you very much, sir, the Director General. We also appreciate the CCA. Thank you, sir. The DG. Thank you so very much. The Council for Cotton and Cashew in Ivory Coast. And many other, and of course, our hosts, the ICAS. Thank you, my brother. You've done extremely well. And the many other interprofessions of the cashew producing countries in Africa. Our special thanks also go to our headline sponsors, the United States Department of Agriculture and its projects, the Pro Cashew, Lift Cashew, Prosper Cashew, and Business Cashew projects. I will also not forget to mention the GIZ Move, Corn Cashew. Thank you very much, as well as the European Union, the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States. We appreciate you. We appreciate the Mekong technology, the cashew machines Vietnam, the Medar Senegal, the Media Sorting Solutions, H-Power Group, NMB Bank, and the International Center for Tropical Agriculture for sponsoring and partnering with us. At this juncture, I am making a charge to Mr. President of CICC that we want our government to work together and create an African Cashew Development Fund. We have the AFDB, the African Development Bank, we have the Afro-Exim Bank, and other international finance organizations whom I'm sure will be ready to support the cashew industry. I will tell you that the journey has been very, very exciting so far. At this junction, I believe we should be able to drive that fund for the common fund for the cashew industry in Africa, which will help us accelerate our what I will call the cashew transformation revolution agenda, and also to make it that thing that we can say, yes, we have done well so far. I want us to create a reality from it. Vietnam, the Vietnamese have been able to do it, pulling together all the resources and efforts. They produce just 300,000 tons, and they have a processing capacity of 2.4 million tons. I believe it is high time for Africa to say, yes, we want to transform, we want to process all the cashews that we have in Africa in the nearest possible time to guarantee sustainability for our farmers, rather than shipping the cashew raw to these two countries, Vietnam and India. So I believe that will be a take-home for us from this conference. Your Excellency, thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, I will end my speech by reiterating that as an industry alliance, the ACA is convinced about the prospects of the African cashew industry and believe that the sustainability agenda is achievable, and we as an industry are on course to do so. We remain confident that together we can build a viable and competitive African cashew industry. I wish you all a beautiful stay and a wonderful conference experience. Thank you very much for listening. Merci beaucoup.
The President